Today on Worship and Tribute Nerd, we talk about America's favorite pastime, pro wrestling.
Worship and Tribute Nerd!
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and welcome to Season 2 of Worship and Tribute Nerd. We have Toby here.
Yes.
Hello, Toby.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. And for our season premiere, we had a talk with my buddy Thomas Erak. Erak, yes. And it was a good time.
It was a great time.
It was a very good time.
We ran around Dallas and hit bars.
And had some Washington apple shots.
Yes.
And watched scary kids scaring kids.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was really phenomenal.
So, yeah. And, the pushover was awesome, too.
Pushover was phenomenal as well.
Right. So, it was a good time. Were you a fan of Fall of Troy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I tried not to fanboy out this
right.
time.
Yeah.
I'm getting better about it.
Getting used to...
I'm getting to where I can talk to people. It's kind of cool.
Right, yeah. No matter what they've done.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Well, it helped with what the topic was, because I connected.
Right.
I was like, wrestling.
I'm pretty heavily into wrestling, but like I said, I didn't know all these fucking facts about everyone, about the Hart family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I was really nerding out when he started like mentioning a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh yes, this is someone I can talk to.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen Thomas in some years, and it was one of those scenarios where he just was like, what up, let's hang out. Like, we never skipped a beat, you know?
Yep.
One of those. Sometimes even if they are really good friends, you have that hour of awkwardness or whatever.
Yeah. No, he was really, really nice. He may have bought me some drinks, and I may owe him a couple.
We might have smooched.
Maybe some smooches.
Maybe some smooches, like a couple, just one or two.
Yeah, no big deal.
Nothing gay.
We don't smooch and tell, though.
Right. So yeah, we've kind of had a whole week of wrestling.
We did, by accident,
right.
too.
Yeah. So about a month ago, I found out I was going to do this, and I was texting Thomas. He's like, dude, I'm really into fucking pro wrestling. I was like, oh shit. Pro wrestling used to be my jam, right? So then I start looking online. I was like, man, we need to go to a wrestling show. So I was like, shit, what can we go to? I just Google it. Boom, pro wrestling, right? I see, damn, SmackDown's gonna be in Dallas, January 24th.
Yep. For
$50. So then I was like, well, $50 is a little steep.
Yeah, and you're gonna get nosebleed sections,
right?
Yeah.
You know. You're hardly gonna see the
wrestlers are gonna be this big,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So then I scroll down a little bit. Midget wrestling. It's in Louisville. Okay, that's about half the distance, to Dallas.
Okay.
$25. Oh, that's about half the price. Makes sense though.
And the wrestlers are still this big.
Well, half the size, it was just discount night all the way through. So
we did watch some wrestling.
Yeah.
It was extreme midget wrestling.
Yeah, and we're going to post some of that footage right over there. Right over there. But yeah, it was like the funnest fucking time I've ever had.
Yeah, it was only like 3 or 4 matches total, because at the end they just had a big
Royal Rumble. Well, not
a mini Rumble. Regardless, it was amazing.
Like, I've never been to it, and I was fucking pissed. I was like, why didn't y'all tell me?
Why didn't you tell me it was this good?
Tell me it was fucking awesome? So it was fucking awesome.
It was. It was. That little bar was jam packed.
Yeah, it was packed. Sold out show.
Yeah. My friend who showed up late, he was the last person to have bought an actual ticket. Like, they were like, after him, they were like, no more tickets at the door. So like, it was sold out.
Yeah. And yeah, I had a fucking really good time. I'm definitely going to some shit like that again. I also still want to go to like SmackDown or something too, but I'm not very liquid.
Yeah.
So. Help me. Help me. I hate my job. It's on my notes. I hate my job.
There is a note.
Help me.
That says that exactly.
Spread the word about Worship and Tribute Nerd so we could do this for money because I hate my job. You hate your job? Yeah, we have that in common.
So support. Just
support me. And then if I make money, then I'll come visit you and buy you something.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a soda. Or some meth if you're from Oklahoma. Just kidding.
Whatever.
Just kidding, Oklahoma. Also, with Thomas, we got to sit down and play some WCW versus NWO Revenge.
For the Nintendo 64.
64 up in this bitch. The best graphics I'd ever seen at the time.
These were life-changing graphics at one point.
Yes. So we're going to show you the footage right now. Enjoy.
We're recording.
5,
Recording.
4.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and we're here with Worship and Tribute Nerd on location at Trees in Dallas. We have Toby with us.
Yo.
Toby is providing the Nintendo 64 today.
Yes.
Toby also has his own podcast, Secret Levels.
Secret Levels. It's a retro video game review show where we talk about old video games. Go listen to it.
And today we have a very special guest. We have Thomas.
Hello.
Thomas Erak.
Erak. It's Croatian. E-R-A-K.
Erak.
Erak.
Erak. Okay, and if you don't know Thomas is in several bands. He was in a band called Fall of Troy. He was in a band called Just Like Vinyl. What else?
I am currently in a band called Pushover, and I have a solo project called Thomas Erak and the Shoreline.
Pushover.
Pushover is
Pushover is
the thing right now.
right now. I'm going to see them live for the first time tonight. I'm pretty excited about that.
We are on tour, Scary Kids Scaring Kids, for our first tour ever. This
I
is our
was-
debut. This is our debut.
Oh, awesome.
And as well as being excited to see that, I was a Scary Kids Scaring Kids fan.
Me too.
So I heard.
Yeah, I just thought about it last week. I was like, I'm gonna do this podcast with Thomas.
With that guy.
And then I was like, oh wait, Scary Kids Scaring Kids. I was into that fucking album.
I might actually like this show.
Yeah.
I might actually enjoy the bands I'm watching.
Yeah. There's times where I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to the show and interview my buddy and smooch. And sometimes the music's
Smooch?
good.
Is the band called Smooch, or are you just gonna go kiss him?
We're just gonna kiss.
Both.
You're right.
A little bit A, a little bit B. Okay.
Right.
That's okay. That's
Oh,
all right.
you don't know about smooching?
Hey, it's 2020, you know? You can
Don't act
smooch
like-
any way you want.
Exactly.
You
Don't
can
act like
smooch
you don't
any way
know
you want.
about smooching.
I smooch
I've been on
with
tour
the
with
best
you.
of them, okay? I've smooched with the best of them.
Yeah, I've seen you smooching.
I know. Yeah.
I heard you was smooching with my brother, too.
Boney Bob.
Yeah. Anyways, Dallas, Texas, what's up? So how's the tour been so far?
Oh man, it's been fantastic. This band is kind of a strange thing because in the studio it's just two of us, and we've been working on it for a long time. It's kind of been a passion project until we got the offer to come out with Scary Kids, who I've known for a long time, and I was friends with their late singer Tyson. And this whole tour is kind of their celebration of his life, you know,
Right.
and and their band coming back together and stuff. So when we got the offer, we kind of had to throw it together pretty quick, you know, within about a little bit less than a month, like get a whole band together and get merch and get a single out and stuff like that. Luckily, we had 2 songs that were like pretty much ready to go. So we have a single we just put out called One that's on Bandcamp now, and then we have another song that we're gonna probably launch at the end of this tour, like afterwards, and then we're gonna go finish the record, and then Fall Troy's gonna put some music out, and then I'm just gonna hopefully tour for the rest of my life.
I mean,
And never get to do normal things like this ever again.
yeah, I miss tour, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's a lifestyle, baby.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
But you know what? Like, that
You
moment.
just miss the smooches is what you miss.
Every time I miss it, I just go in my room and crank the music up real loud and just jerk my dick off.
You just turn on some scary kids scaring kids.
And cry. One thing we do here at Worship and Tribute Nerd is we find out what kind of nerdy ass shit
We get down in
people
it.
like. Yeah,
we get down in it.
So
Well,
let's
luckily for you.
hear it.
Well, luckily for you, I'm a pretty nerdy guy.
Yeah.
And I grew up pretty nerdy. So, but my passion as a young kid was the WWF. In the early
Yeah.
90s and growing up into the 2000s. But more like pre the Attitude Era. Like Bret Hart was my hero growing up. And
Yeah.
I still have a pin of him from SummerSlam '92 where he's wearing the all pink fucking fly ass outfit
That's dope.
on my jacket. So
Yeah.
he's the man. So I kind of grew up like really loving him and stuff, and that's been my like biggest kind of nerd thing. I mean, I love comic books. I love all that kind of shit.
Right. Well, we'll get into some other stuff,
Wrestling.
but if you want to talk about wrestling for a
Wrestling,
little while,
yeah.
I actually, I've always loved wrestling, but I joined during the Attitude Era.
Right. And then worked backwards.
You're right, yeah, and then after that went back for all the highlights of the drug-induced call-outs and stuff.
Drug-induced call-out era. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's all before the Attitude Era. It's just hard drugs and just screaming promos,
Yes,
brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's a brother.
Everyone's your brother. Even your sister is your brother. Brother.
Yeah.
Love my brother.
I just even remember.
I smooch my brother.
I just remember like the fucking like even back in the day though like so I was used to the Attitude Era, so
It was a little extreme.
I knew that Hollywood Hogan was a good guy originally.
He was the biggest of the big.
Right, and
See,
I
but
know
I am not a Hogan fan. I got beef with Hulk Hogan.
you do.
He would never put his title up against Bret Hart. He didn't want to wrestle Bret Hart because Bret Hart was a technician and an artist in the ring, and Hulk Hogan was all based around his personality, right? So he
Right.
thought Hogan, from whatever stories are told, Hogan was scared to get in the ring with Bret Hart because he thought it would make him look stupid.
Yeah.
Like as a wrestler, make him look.
Oh
really
yeah,
bad.
for sure.
And
Brett's that good.
yeah, he was. He was. I mean, the man is literally an artist. Like when it comes to in ring, like the story that he kind of tells is like even at this age, I go back and watch some of those old matches, and it's like what a commitment to a strange art form. Like I think anybody that's an artist or does any kind of art can like appreciate what somebody does, and that guy just paints a picture in a wrestling ring, and it's pretty crazy
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of guys that do that.
Being so into this, so what do you have to say to people that are like wrestling is fake?
I mean, dude. I mean, come on. It's we all kind of grew up under the guise of like knowing that it's not a real fight, right?
Right.
But
I mean,
are movies real?
no.
Exactly. So like,
So, I mean, that's the way I look at it too.
and those guys are tough as shit. You think
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't hurt? Like taking bumps like that,
Yeah.
250 days a year,
Right.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
these guys get concussions. A lot of them die very, very young, due to complications. From
They don't
stuff
do
like that.
chair headshots anymore.
No, they don't. They can't.
No.
Yeah, but back in the day, back when I was into wrestling, that was commonplace.
Oh, yeah.
Was a no-hand
Yeah.
chair shot just straight to the head.
Just rock them.
I mean, look at Owen Hart, dude. Look at rest in peace. Look at like Owen Hart died, in an in-ring accident, and numerous
Wasn't that
other guys. Bret
from
Hart's
the
brother.
the Rafters or
From
whatever?
the Raptors, yeah, they had him flying, and he didn't want to do it. He even said the day before it that he had a strange feeling about doing this entrance that he hadn't rehearsed enough, and sure enough, man, that's
he
what it
had this big like cape on, and the
yeah,
feathers
the
got.
blue blazer.
Yep,
was
his
alter
feathers-
ego.
This is really bad, but the pay-per-view is called Over the Edge, and everyone makes the bad joke. He
Fell off the edge.
fell
Yeah.
off the edge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
that's in poor taste.
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
yes.
The Hart family are legends of
They are.
wrestling, and,
Oh, yeah.
and sometimes in this internet era and shit, people behind a screen and on a keyboard just think they can say
Oh, no.
things that
Yeah,
are just in
it's-
such poor taste
it's
as
the
a
worst.
joke. It's bad.
It's the worst
bad.
nowadays. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
against that. Have respect for
Yeah.
people's and the diffs.
But yeah, I
Let
mean,
the family grieve.
I've always just been like, yo, like it looks fucking real to me. They're fucking, they're like
They're bleeding.
fucking, yeah, they're bleeding.
hurts.
They're body slamming
They're
each other
breaking
through
bones,
cages.
yeah.
They're fucking jumping off of the fucking
Mankind
Yeah.
going through off the top of the Hell in the Cell
Yeah.
with Undertaker, and he got his teeth through his lip and like broke every bone in his fucking body. Like,
Yeah.
Mick Foley is one of the G'st of all G's.
Yeah. And he's not even like super ripped. He's just like some dude.
No,
He's just-
Cactus Jack.
He could be your dad.
Yeah,
That's what was so
he-
cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he supposedly like he's like a huge family man, and that's why he stepped away from wrestling because his family are just like, you can't continue to do
No.
this. You're gonna die.
He was
Like,
gonna die in the ring if he didn't quit.
Yeah. His book is amazing, actually.
Oh, I've never read it.
It just came out a few years ago. Actually, his autobiography, I believe, and it's some shit, man. It's
Yeah?
some shit. Yeah. Well, and not only that, the thing with Bret Hart and how his career ended with the Montreal Screwjob kind of broke kayfabe. That was the big thing that broke kayfabe, and the whole wrestling's fake and planned and determined thing. And then they really fucked him over at the end of his career. That coupled with like Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels and whoever the fuck else breaking kayfabe at a house show when the Outsiders were leaving WWF. And they all like got in the ring and celebrated at Madison Square Garden together when they were all supposed to hate each other. And that's like the biggest no-no ever in wrestling at the
Yeah.
time was to break kayfabe.
Yeah,
which
'cause it was
kayfabe is
real.
called,
Yeah.
you know, the term kayfabe means it's under the guise that we know this is planned, but it's like a magician showing his tricks. You just
Right,
don't do it.
yeah.
It's the code they used to live by in wrestling, and now that it's strange because kayfabe still exists in wrestling, but everybody knows that it exists now. But when before that, it was like it was this assumed thing that you had honor for.
Right.
So
I mean-
nobody has any fucking respect for anything anymore.
I mean, I still want people to keep that. I want The Rock to be at
Yeah.
like an award ceremony and someone walks up to him and he's like, "No, I have beef with you, brother."
Yeah, and he body slams it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, "I don't care if you're congratulating me for winning an award."
Yeah, exactly. Like, stay in character. It's like method acting, you know.
Right.
It's a talent. It's a gift. So, shout outs to all the professional wrestlers, you know, that came up and respected the art of kayfabe.
Hell yeah.
You know?
You know that it had to be really hard living like that though, because a lot of these guys had to keep their persona on TV, and like if they're sitting at a restaurant trying to eat pancakes or something,
Yeah,
they gotta be this big tough guy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They gotta go into character and stuff. So you almost kind of gotta live that way.
The Rock doesn't tip.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you smell what The Rock is eating? Like at a Denny's or something? He's eating the moons over my
Yeah.
hammy.
Yeah.
Smashes it in your face.
My son's sick and he wants an autograph. It doesn't matter what your son is.
It doesn't matter who your son is. It doesn't matter how sick your son is.
That's what I want to see out of
Moons over my
wrestling.
hammy.
Me too.
That's
Just
like what?
all the time real.
Let's go back. Let's go back to how it. Let's go back. Vince McMahon. Let's go back how it used to be.
Yes.
Let's go back to how it used to be.
So your favorite wrestler? You
The
said
Hitman, Bret Hart.
Bret
for sure,
Hart.
for sure. The whole Hart family and the whole like organization of all those people was like, I supported them even when all the American people started to hate them and they did that whole like kind of beef thing where it was Canada versus the United States. I was like, I want to just move to Vancouver because I lived in Seattle at the time. I was like, I could just get on a train to Vancouver. I could be a, you know, yeah, I don't know. I was mad at that whole thing. But I mean, I think some of the Steve Austin, Bret Hart stuff is some of the best stuff that ever happened in wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, and I think Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, even though I just fucking hate Shawn Michaels is actually from Dallas. I believe.
Really?
Yeah, he's a Texas guy, and so
I know
if I catch him in the dark alley of Deep Ellum tonight, watch out, Sean. I'm gonna get even with you for my man, the Hitman. Put you in a sharpshooter, Sean.
we were just talking about.
Stay out of my show,
earlier.
Sean.
We were actually just talking about earlier, you know, and this is kind of like the darker side of sports in general. But you know, we were talking about how if you haven't seen the Aaron Hernandez documentary,
I haven't seen it.
and how playing sports affects your brain and especially, you know, when
Is
you
that-
take it back
is-
to wrestling.
Is that how he's trying to get out of this now?
Oh, no,
trying
he's
to
dead.
run he's dead?
Oh yeah, he died in prison.
Oh, did he get killed?
He hung himself.
How long ago?
I don't know.
I feel like I heard this. You're right. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, they say that his brain was pretty
like,
roughed up.
fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what they say about Chris Benoit.
Yeah, that's
you
what we
know?
were saying about them.
I mean, wow, yeah. I mean,
And that shit's, you
that's
know
I'm
what?
saying, that shit ain't fake.
But yeah, that shit's real.
Killing your whole family with a weight machine ain't fake.
Yeah,
you know.
and it being because you were so into the sport that you were into, and it gave you brain injuries and affected your like.
And the steroids.
Well,
yeah.
he did a lot of flying headbutts from the top rope,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hitting your head on the
So-
mat all the time.
So you know, people that say that it's fake out there, you put a lot of work into their art.
They do.
Their body is the art. Like
Yeah.
them putting themselves through train wrecks and stuff basically is their art.
I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
Fuck
I
no.
wouldn't want to do any of it. Especially these guys are big men. Like,
I mean,
how much do you think it takes to pick up a 250-pound guy and throw him 20 feet?
I've
you
been
know?
suplexed on a bed before, and it did not feel great.
No.
I know. My
mean-
sister put me in a headlock once, and I almost passed out.
My old lady put me in an armbar last night.
Dude, I bet she did.
I had to
She
tap.
gave me an
I had to
Indian rub.
tap.
I give.
I had to tap after that. I was like,
That is
tap.
so stupid. I tap that. I tapped that. Get it? Tapped.
Right.
That.
I just had to say it
You
so many
hit
times
it.
until you got it.
You hit it.
But anyways,
Stop bragging.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you know,
So I fuck people.
I bet you do.
Oh shit!
Do
my
you-
fucking cork came out. I do. I mean, I have had
Right.
sexual intercourse before.
You use condoms every time, right?
Look, you have an all ages audience here, sir. We don't need more all ages in the audience.
Right, kids,
Wear condoms.
wear the condoms.
Here's
Practice
protection.
safe sex.
Right, if you're gonna have sex with your teacher,
Unless
wear a
you
condom.
live dangerously. Unless you want to be in a rock and roll band, kids, wear condoms.
Unprotected sex is like a chair shot in wrestling.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's hardcore.
All right, so other than Bret Hart, who do you think's got the best drug-induced monologues?
Jake the Snake Roberts for
Yes.
sure. And as a matter of fact, Toby. Toby gave us a little insight today about the fact that he used to actually receive. Toby has one of the coolest fucking stories I've ever heard in my life.
So my stepdad used to manage a hotel, and Jake actually lived in the same town as this hotel and me.
What was he doing at the hotel? Toby?
He was actually a chef.
Oh,
Jake.
No, Jake the Snake. He was a chef
He
there.
was actually a chef at the hotel. I didn't know this part of the story.
Well, Jake may have been using the hotel to party.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories of him losing Damien, the big python. That
Oh
he
yeah,
had.
he used to have to send it back like every week or whatever and get another snake.
Yeah, he had a couple of them, but yeah, apparently he would lose the snakes, and like the cleaning ladies would come in, and the snake would be loose.
He lost one at I think it was Diamond Dallas Page's house or
Yes,
something like
I've
that,
heard
and
that
he
story.
got kicked out of his house because his wife was like not having it at all. Lost a fucking
Lost my snake.
python in their house.
So my stepdad knew Jake pretty well, and Jake would call and leave voicemails all the time about, "Hey Toby, this is Jake. You better clean your room, or I'm gonna bring Damien over, and he's gonna get you. Yeah, I'll give you the DDT." Like he would just leave, and I mean, it was probably once or twice a month I would get these little voice
drugged
messages.
up promos from Jake the Snake in a hotel room.
Oh, it was cool every time, and I have a big, huge fear of snakes now to this day, and I think it's because of those little promos he cut on little 6-year-old Toby or whatever I was.
Dude,
If the snake was leaving me drugged out promos at age 7 years old, I'd be fucking scared shitless.
And you know, I was watching some like highlight reels of just like some of my favorite, like Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man and stuff. And it just seems like at the beginning of wrestling in general, they were just like, "Hey, so we're gonna call you out there, and you just like, can you just make us some shit?" And they would be like, "Okay, let me do a rail," and then they would come out and be like Macho Man would be like.
Yeah.
Macho's the best. Macho.
Yeah, Macho was
Yeah.
the tits when it came to promos. Starting him like facing away from the camera, just
Yeah.
Mean Gene Okerlund looking terrified.
Yeah.
I like how twitchy he was.
Elizabeth.
We're gonna go berserker in the birthday. You're like, what? What is he saying?
Cup of coffee.
And then we saw one.
Cream of the crop.
And then
Cream of the crop.
every once in a while, they would just be like randomly talking shit, and then there would just be like a hot chick in a sequin dress that just like comes
Sensational
up next to him.
Sherry.
Like, yeah, ooh, yeah, look at these hot babes.
Yeah, you gotta have babes, man.
Right,
You gotta have
hot babe sells.
Sensational Sherry, Miss Elizabeth, the babes of wrestling. There's some. Can we talk about just for a second the ladies of
Yes.
wrestling?
That's
Yeah.
how.
Because let me tell you what.
We aren't sexist. At all.
No, not at all. The ladies of wrestling, especially like in the wrestling that I've seen that's more recent, have really come a long
Yes.
fucking way. Like,
It's different.
props to the women that are in wrestling and have been in wrestling, and even back to people like the Fabulous Moolah and Luna Vachon and Sensational Sherry and Elizabeth. Like that is some. That's some growth, man. Like, because those women used to be disrespected in the industry, and now they are like ruling it damn near.
Well, I remember last year, I think it was, like, I hadn't heard anything about wrestling in so long, just casually, just people bringing it up.
Yeah.
And then
It used to be headline
bunch,
news.
and then a bunch of people last year were like, bro, did you see fucking Ronda Rousey? Like,
Yeah.
they did like this.
Three-way.
Yeah, three-way. They did a three-way.
Man, three-ways are the
And,
best.
Triple threat. Let me
Triple
rephrase
threat
that. Triple
matches.
threat.
And they did the thing where they took it all the way to the parking lot where the cops started arresting people.
Oh, man.
And this
That
chick,
was the Raw before WrestleMania.
dude,
great.
that chick, like, what she like kneed her through the window. She
Yep.
had like Ronda Rousey through the window, and she like kneed her. I was like, dude, this is wrestling. It's back.
Yeah, it's like shades of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty in the barber shop where he
Yep.
kicked him through the window. That was
Dude, yeah.
That was definitely candy glass, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring it to you, but yo, that was a moment. in
Kayfabe.
wrestling.
See, you're breaking kayfabe.
Hey.
It was real glass.
I'm just going behind the scenes.
No,
What was it?
kayfabe.
It was real.
I saw a highlight
real.
too. There was a highlight of like I think it was Mankind and Undertaker or something like that, and they like pulled a table from under the ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's all.
They're just like, oh, I know where this table is.
Yeah, why is
Bob
that
told me
table
where the
there?
table.
Why
They
is
told me where they keep the tables. And then he like pulls it out. Obviously a different color than every other table.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then he like suplexes him
Yeah,
through it.
yeah.
And it was just like,
You know what though? He did get thrown off the top of that
The
Hell in a Cell
oh, the cage match.
and
yeah.
got hurt way bad.
Yeah, that was something else I watched too.
You know they put, well, I don't want to break kayfabe, but they put airbags in the things when they take big bumps like that now. Like when Shane a couple of WrestleManias ago, he jumped from the top to
Like
give
in the mats.
no in the announcer tables, and
Really?
he jumped off the Hell in the Cell to give Undertaker an elbow drop, and Undertaker moved, and you could see the airbag go. It was like, come on. I mean, I get it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Toby. I don't know what you're talking about, Toby.
And then he
Kayfabe.
And then he slaps a ketchup package on his face.
Yeah.
pokes a creamer with his eye.
It's mustard.
Oops. It's mayo. Oops.
Somebody hand me some condiments. I gotta go out there and bleed.
This is pico de gallo, not ketchup.
So honestly, I was always a fan of wrestling, like I said. But when Sting started infiltrating the NWO, I was losing my goddamn mind. Me and my high school buddies would watch every week to see
He
Sting.
was like a one-man show against them for quite a while.
right, and then he joined.
Then, yeah, that was crazy. Well, the beginning of the NWO was really crazy.
Right.
Because that was like that was really cool what WCW did because the whole kayfabe thing being broken, but then the outsiders coming to WCW and doing what they did almost like kind of like recreated kayfabe. You
Yep.
know, they played the
Well, you didn't
they
know what
played
was real.
they played reality back into kayfabe, which was really genius of them
Yep.
to do that.
Yeah.
So I give props to WCW on that, like big time, because the outsiders were awesome, and then they did so much cool shit with NWO and WCW and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Sting made his comeback.
Yeah.
With that.
With
he was
that
up in the
fucking
rafters.
Looking like the crow.
Yeah.
Looking like the crow. Yeah. You knew they would do.
He sat in the rafters for like
all the time.
Amazing.
he sat in the rafters for like 6 months before he actually got in the ring again.
He actually hatched first.
He was just
Yeah.
nesting.
Yeah, he was a crow. Brandon Lee.
Those 6 months he was probably rehearsing dropping from the rafters. you know.
Probably
He
practicing.
was probably watching The Crow over and over again and listening to the Downward Spiral.
Right.
Do you remember the first time that Sting dropped from the rafters? How fucking cool that was.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, he was like the first one to really kind of do that thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I never saw it before, and I just remember him going down, or just when they would send it down, and like the NWO would be surrounding the ring, and he'd clip on and just go and just get sucked up.
Yeah.
That
I
was
remember
cool.
a time too where they were like, oh yeah, it's Sting, yeah. Oh wait, he's wearing a mask. What? He's wearing a mask. And then they all turn their back and they're like, oh, this isn't the real Sting. And then he takes the mask off.
And he's-
It's
yes.
Sting.
The real Sting.
Trickery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trickery.
They're playing games with our minds.
Right.
That's for sure. And yeah, and then they'd spray paint everybody. But he's got the spray painted belt, you know, with the NWO thing
Yep.
over the title.
I
They
think
were a bunch of hoodlums, aren't they?
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Daddy Cool Diesel,
Dude.
Big Sexy.
Big
I think it was.
sexy.
I've met him before.
Oh, really?
In Orlando, his child comes to like rock shows, and when I was in Chiodos, he was like a big Chiodos fan. His son was, so Kevin came with him to the show.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
amazing. Did you get a picture?
No, I don't do that. That's weird.
It is weird, but some of us need to do it.
No, it's cool. I mean, I have pictures. I have a picture with Dave Grohl, so that's cool.
Well,
But,
yeah. That's not weird though.
no, there's nothing weird about it. There's nothing weird about it. If anybody ever asks me for a picture, it's rare
But
that
yeah.
I say no. And if
No,
I do, it's probably because they're very strange.
I get that way.
freaking me
I get
out.
that way. There's only been a few times where I've like really wanted a picture, like a time that I met
You got to make it count.
Chino.
Oh, that's one of my good friends. That's one of my very good friends.
Hook me up because I never got that goddamn picture.
Dude,
Because
that
I was
guy
too.
is like,
I was like, oh,
he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Nice.
I mean, I was a Deftones super fan, and now it's weird to think that they're like literally some of my best friends of a decade now.
Oh, nice.
Like they're really, really, really like him and Abe. I'm still close with till this day. Like since we toured with them way back in the day, they were really awesome to follow Troy when we toured with them, and the way they ran their band and the way they treated the small support bands. One of them that I was in was just phenomenal. They were so kind and giving, and they never let us like struggle. They never let us not like have food, or like they made sure we had a green room and shit. And if we didn't have all the right amenities or whatever, they would give us their shit. You know, just shit that like you don't got to do if you're in a big rock band. But when you do treat smaller bands like that, it's really amazing. It's really kind. You really cherish it.
And you know, and that's why I have to say right now that you should hit the like button and subscribe. And I wanted to get as many subscribes as I can, because then eventually Thomas is gonna hook me up with a fucking nerding out with Chino.
I'll try. I could try.
Because we get those fucking first we get the subscribes, and then we could afford khaki pants,
There you go.
and then we get the Chino.
Yeah. I'll
The
hook you
interview.
up. I'll hook you up. I've hooked him up with a few of my friends on some shit. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Does he smooch?
I mean, I would assume Chino's done plenty of smooching in his time.
Well,
I've never personally smooched him, but
Well,
we're pals. I mean, it wouldn't be weird if he smooched me.
well,
I wouldn't say no or anything.
I mean, I couldn't at first.
Maybe on the cheek,
but
you know.
if I looked into his eyes long enough, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways, back to the.
We're learning more and more about Ricky every second.
I'm straight. It's all an act.
I promise.
It's 2020.
Kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
I did this to make y'all laugh. So, anyways, Kevin Nash. You know who else? You know who else in the NWO was really Conan?
Oh yeah.
Conan.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. La Raza.
As I couldn't wait to see what that did, and then that dude did, and then eventually he did nothing.
I feel like eventually it went so far though that like every single wrestler was either affiliated with the Wolfpack or the NWO.
It got like that.
They were either
Yeah.
red or white. Yeah.
Well, then when it went like red and white,
Yeah.
that's when I started being like,
Well, it was red
Are
and
we
white
all bad
first.
guys?
The orange came. Wolfpack came after.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Wolfpack was after.
oh, okay,
That's when Sting joined.
Yeah.
you're right.
That's what, yeah, is when they did the orange.
They had like Lex Luger, Kevin Nash.
Lex Luger.
Did I say Luther?
No,
Oh,
Luger.
okay,
Yeah,
I thought-
I just hate him.
You know what? I wasn't a fan of Lex Luger either.
The torture rack's a fucking silly move my dad used to do to me when I was like a little kid. It
Thomas.
just tickled.
You're breaking kayfabe.
I hate Lex Luger. He sucks, man. He killed Miss Elizabeth, dude. He did.
Ooh,
He
yeah.
did. He killed her, dude. He killed her. They were having a little drugged up party, and she fucking took too many drugs, and Lex just let her because of his being
Is
a
that a real
dumbass
thing?
kind of
That's
thing.
a real
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Talk some shit, Luger. Come get me.
Come put me in the torture rack.
Yeah, come put Thomas in the torture rack. Lex, the sex.
More like the pleasant rack.
More like the laughing rack. More like the towel rack. You feel me?
Towel rack.
Just gonna wipe the floor
Yeah.
with him. I'm cutting a promo now.
Yeah.
Look here, Lex. I'm coming for you.
Coming for you. That reminds me of the time that Booker T went off.
And he said the N-word on
Yeah.
accident. And
Yeah,
everyone
and
was
it's-
like, yes!
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can see him. He like grabs his face. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah,
trouble."
oh.
One of my buddies said that.
Yeah, that just shows you that Booker T is one of the real ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he. One of my buddies said that he watched this thing and like Booker T was like, "I'm not like that. I don't talk like that."
Yeah, I saw that too.
He's like, "I just got so into the character."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yes,
Yeah.
that he could get so into that."
Yeah,
character.
but at the same time, you're like, yeah, whatever, Booker T. We know that you and your friends are sitting around using racial
Yeah,
slurs
I mean-
together all the time.
when me and my Asian friends start rolling dice, we're like, "Oh yeah, fuck you, chinky, whatever." We don't really say that, and I'm sorry for saying that. Also,
I mean, if anybody gets mad at that, that's just a personal problem.
Right,
That-
that's
I
what
mean,
I
but
think,
but you know, let's, you know. I think people need to like lighten up their sense of humors in general about
yeah.
things, but there's just some words that some people shouldn't say. You know?
right?
If you're affiliated,
there's-
it's okay, but know what you're saying.
right, exactly.
Don't hurt other people's feelings with your words. That's that's really all it is.
I mean, I think that, you know, like I was telling Toby, me and Toby have recently done a couple of stand-up
jeez.
sets.
That is terrifying to me.
yeah. But
that's commendable, guys.
but one of my
Commendable.
jokes was like, do you really say these things to like offend people? Because it seems like you're just saying food that these people eat and putting an ER at the end or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's true. Hoagie. What up, my hoagie?
Oh, by the way, you saying that reminded me of this. Okay, if you ever want to go into business and start a wrestling themed sandwich place,
Pocket sandwich.
it's called Slammies.
Slammies, okay.
And the number one seller is the
pocket sandwich.
Macho Ham Randy
Oh, okay,
Sandwich.
I like that. Okay.
Macho Ham Randy
The macho
Sandwich.
ham.
And the Hulk Hoagie.
The Hulk Hoagie.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Those
I
sandwiches
think-
don't get along. at
And you
all.
know what? I think it would be a really fucking sick place. Like, you go in, and there's, like, the ring all the way around the wall. Like,
Oh,
you're in
yeah.
the ring. Yeah.
Dude, I like this.
Do you put
Yeah.
memorabilia, like wrestling memorabilia?
Of
Right.
course you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
you
making sure.
gotta have the belts and the tights
Yeah,
and
and then
all that.
then you gotta have like this monster sandwich, and if you could eat it all, you get a fucking belt.
So is it like the Andre?
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Andre the Giant pastrami.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta work on let's work on a whole set.
Yeah, we gotta write a menu first.
Right. All right. Well, you know, you want to play some of this?
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna
Get
get
some-
down on some
Let's do it.
WCW NWO Revenge? We're gonna have
Yes.
ourselves a
Yes, I
a
want to see.
three-way.
Three-way.
triple
Is
threat
there?
match?
You could do a three-way battle in this.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think you
triple
can.
threats.
Oh,
triple threats.
shit.
I believe that's a thing.
All right, I'm gonna press start.
Who's player one? You?
I got player one.
Okay.
I haven't played this particular game.
Special match. I
So this
think.
is WCW NWO Revenge.
Revenge. This is the greatest of
Okay.
all time.
So
right
let's
here.
go to exhibition.
No, you're
Oh.
gonna want to go to special match. I think.
Special. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm picking
Pick
first.
yourself. Yeah.
Let's see. Who do we got?
A lot.
Hold
A
on,
lot.
hold
A
on.
lot. of
These are not
people.
my created characters. Batman, Shogun.
Yeah, yeah.
Doomsday.
They're
Okay.
like those are like Japanese
Ooh.
guys.
Wait, when did
You got WCW 4. You got a ton.
when did ICP?
Oh, that was after this.
After? Damn
Okay,
it.
I'm going with
Damn it.
Jericho because Jericho's still a.
You're gonna go with Jericho.
I'm going with Jericho just because he's still relevant.
Yeah, he's still a national hero. He was
should
in
be.
MacGruber, right? Yeah, he was.
I am for sure going
Oh, I should have went.
Bret Hart. with
Diamond
the-
Dallas
do I
Page.
want to go that one or do I want to go the pink tights? I'm gonna go that one because he's got.
You got the glasses. The
Yeah.
whole time you're wrestling, you're gonna have glasses on. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, where?
I am gonna fuck you guys up. Jim Neidhart, too. Make him the fourth one.
Disco Inferno.
Just go Larry Zbyszko. Dude, you got like Ultimo Dragon. I think Rey Mysterio Jr. is somewhere on here.
Yeah, he should be.
Is Conan on here though?
I think so. Keep going.
Keep going.
Go all the way back to like WCW 1. No, you got Booker T though.
Oh.
Oh, that's dark. That's dark.
All right,
Raven's Flock. Keep going.
Oh,
see, Conan, there he is.
Oh, but there's
Macho Man. You can
Macho
also, if you
Man.
press the right yellow button, you can look at all the outfits. You can change the outfits.
Oh,
Madness.
that's my favorite. The Madness
You got the
one?
old school too.
Yes.
I gotta do it. I'm gonna Macho Me Randy Savage.
You can be Madness.
Yes. How do I do?
Press A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there
like
we
your main.
Okay, who do we want to fight in here?
Scott Hall or Big Daddy Cool, dude. Where's
Big
Scott Hall at?
Oh, I bet
Or
he's-
Kevin Nash.
Where is he?
He should be on the other one. He should be
Is
white.
he the Destroyer? Did someone change his name?
No.
I think so. Look, it says Nash right there. Someone changed his name.
All
That's,
right. You changed his name
I
when you were a
didn't-
kid to the Destroyer.
this one was not mine. Okay.
Bring out no.
No. Pin.
Yep.
Submission.
Yep.
TKO.
Yep.
No rope breaks.
No.
No quick match. No,
No
DQ. Ooh, it's gonna get real, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I hope you have blood on. Are we gonna watch the
see.
entrances? Yeah, we better.
Entrance is the best part.
Jericho's looking buff, dude.
He does look huge.
You're
in this.
looking pretty good right now, Tony.
Thank you. I've been working out. This was when I was younger.
Jericho looks
My pixels
have gotten no.
real tight.
Oh, here he comes, the Hitman, dog. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be right there.
Fuck yeah, Bret Hart. You gotta do like crowd.
Execution. Excellence of execution, baby. I think the game's got it going on right now. For sure.
We should be. We
Look
should
at
be,
the crowd. Look at the crowd. They're like little. They're like fucking.
They're just-
cardboard. He's.
This is where we do commentary. We're like, oh, you know, Jericho and Bret Hart have a long history of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
we've got Macho Man. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen Macho Man, and he looks savage tonight.
looking
Extra savage.
Pretty mad. That's for sure.
Slim Jim Man.
Oh yeah, brother. The Macho Man.
You know, one time I was telling this story, and I said I wanted to be Macho Man 4, and I meant Halloween, and I said Christmas. But then I pictured him coming in for Christmas and being like, "Who wants presents?
Merry Christmas.
we got 3 minutes of present time."
We got the big orange Kevin Nash too. I'm down with that.
Dude, Kevin Nash,
Look at his
what
face.
the fuck's going on with his
I don't
pixels?
know.
Dude, this was the pinnacle of graphics at one point.
I
you
know. I know.
I thought this looked awesome.
Yeah.
This was the most real games were ever gonna be.
It was like 3 dimensions, dog.
Oh my gosh, look at these polygons. I
It's
can't
so
believe
crazy.
it.
That is so crazy. Like, I used to think this looked so good.
You know what? I love that we don't know the buttons anymore. 'cause
I
think
think
I
I
don't
do.
know
I'll
that.
figure
Okay,
it
hold
out.
on. There we go. There we go. Look at us all trying to figure it out. How do you switch? Okay,
Oh, what am I
figured it out.
doing?
I'm gonna whoop Mike's ass.
No.
Hold on. Okay, it's all coming back to me. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, suplex, baby. Okay, the right button changes your like who you're looking at too.
Oh, jeez.
Atomic drop, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Take that.
Oh no. I'm gonna be so pissed if this makes me lose. Get off me! Wait, y'all are teaming up.
Throw him.
Oh my god.
There we go.
This is also just a button mashing like extravaganza. This game.
Break your eyes.
Get him. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Hall.
God dang it.
Oh yeah.
I really don't remember how to reverse.
I'm throwing him out.
Snake eyes.
I don't
Look at this.
remember how to pick people up.
I don't either. I don't know how to pin.
Oh.
There's a way to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not so great when you just get bullied. Yeah. Look at this.
Oh
The
no.
lion tamer.
No,
The
no
lion
lion tamer. How'd you do
Did
that?
you lion tame him?
Yeah. It's like my default move, I guess. Oh no.
Oh, you just elbowed me in the face.
We're supposed to be in the team,
Oh no!
brother.
Does that make me lose?
How do I? No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Oh no!
I'm trying to see if I can remember how to get weapons. No, leave me alone. I'm trying to see if I can get weapons.
Oh yeah.
Oh
dude.
no! Spider kick. Oh.
I got this headlock going on over here.
Oh,
Situation.
look at this.
No.
Backdrop on the outside.
Dude, how do you do different moves after you grab them?
Don't worry about it. Oh, I remembered how to get weapons. I'm gonna get a weapon.
No.
I have a trophy. I'm coming in to whoop some ass.
no.
Oh no! Nash is too strong for me. Hit him.
Press the down yellow arrow and you'll run back in. That's all I remember.
How do you get out of the ring?
Somebody pin Nash.
Is it elimination? Oh yeah, we've got like 16 people. We can't be jacking around.
Oh, seriously?
We've got 2 minutes till someone else.
No, that's just the timer. Like the next person won't come in until.
Ooh.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh damn it! We should have just done 4 then. Well, we'll just go till 4. We'll go till someone like pins someone.
Hey, why am I juking?
Oh, look at this. What do I got? I got luggage. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. Oh,
I'm like
no.
taunting
Oh!
Why did I lose my item?
no one. Oh.
He's too big. You can't pick him up. Duh. There's physics in this game. I like how it's just a bunch of grappling.
Come on, Macho Man. What the fuck are you doing? You have a Slim Jim and everything, dude.
Oh, look, I'm going for a pin.
Oh, no.
You got to kick out.
Yeah, you couldn't even pin me anyway.
You know what?
How do you pin?
I don't know. It was just my move that I used while he was on the ground. Oh, he reversed that.
Ooh, reversal.
Hold on. I think it's probably one of the L or R buttons. Yeah, it's L.
Oh, no.
The left trigger.
You still didn't pin Kevin Nash?
I had him in a sharpshooter. He didn't give up.
Oh look,
Dude, no, hit the now get him and then press
Watch
then move
this.
the thing.
Oh no.
yes.
You gotta get him and then press the middle joystick thing to
Right
do
here.
the special. Now do it. Ooh. I got him in a sharpshooter again.
Look, lion tamer.
Oh,
Sharpshooter
no.
and lion tamer.
Oh my gosh.
That was the sickest ever
Dude.
right there. That was so sick. Dude, Nash is looking pretty hurt, man. I think
Get
I got
him.
How do you pin?
The L, the L, bumper.
No!
Yeah.
I got one out. I guess you're gonna be
Scott Hall.
No.
You're Scott Hall now.
Okay.
How long are we gonna go?
I'm gonna throw my toothpick at your ass.
Dude.
Oh, and now I'm Lime Tamer.
Lion
again.
tamer.
Get off me.
Oh, I got some going over here in the corner, boys.
Oh, he ninja kicked me.
No!
Superplex.
That's it, dude.
Get me out of the corner.
Yes.
You got him.
I got him.
Oh, now we have.
Now it's going.
We would be here until after the show if we were gonna finish.
Off the top rope.
Oh! And he's got brain damage.
And now he's gonna kill his wife and whole family.
Good grief.
Oh no.
Damn.
Ooh, thanks for helping me stretch. I needed to do a workout. Come here. I'm gonna kick someone.
One.
No!
Whoever gets the next pin, we're stopping.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna be at doors here soon. Oh no! No!
You know that's all I'm going for now. Is the pin. Just
Toby's gonna
pin me down.
brag all night long.
Get him!
You got.
Suplex his bitch ass. Come on.
I broke that one.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. No. Come on.
Hey, I got 2 pins. All right.
All right, we'll call it there.
Superboy, sorry. You're out of here. Well,
Well,
gentlemen, that
yeah.
took me back to my childhood. I can't believe I remembered how to do the special moves and stuff. I'm not very good at video games these days.
Well, yeah, that was fun. That was real fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fun. I haven't played video games. Literally, I can't remember the last time that I did. So that's pretty fun. And I used to own a 64. Like
Hell
that
yeah.
was the last time that I played video games consistently.
Well, I was trying to, what I'm trying to do with like this newer season of the podcast is like interview some other thing, mix it together.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's cool. It's cool.
So,
I like it. I dig it.
So last minute, I was like, you need to bring some wrestling games, dude.
I mean, this is the best thing. I mean, getting to play Revenge, that's my favorite game ever. So, like, and I haven't been able to play it with some buddies in a while. So, thank you guys for
Hell yeah.
having that bonding moment with me. As a matter of fact, we got another TV, so after this is over, we might just end up playing some more tonight because that's pretty fun.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, it's been fun. Thank you,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
for doing this with us.
Thank you guys, and to everybody out there that pays attention to this, keep your eye on my project Pushover. We have a new record on the way, and the Fall of Troy has some music coming for you, and hopefully I'll have some solo stuff out in one way or another by the end of 2020.
You're also going to be in Rickshaw's magazine, Most Gentlemanly People of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's coming out soon.
It's just the beginning of 2020. It's coming out real soon.
We might get it done by the end of the year.
I think January, you're the guy, right? Yeah.
I'm the man of the month. Tell hello to your mother for me. Say hello to your mother.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. See you later, nerds.
So how'd you like that? Was that fun?
It was a blast.
That was fun. Anyways, I had fun doing it, and I always want to combine like two things from now on. So we'll try and do that, like with the video game and the discussion with Thomas. But anyways, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your mom about us, tell your little brother. But if he's below 13, he shouldn't listen because
No.
YouTube's changing nowadays. So this isn't for kids.
No,
you know?
not for kids at all.
But anyways, if you're above 13,
It's a little late for it now. If you've made it this far and you're a kid, you shouldn't have been watching this.
right? Yeah. Sorry, YouTube.
Sorry.
Didn't mean to. Don't hit me with no fines. All right. Anyways, if you would like to see one of your favorite artists, leave it in the comment. Maybe we could try. Also, if who you left in the comments and could get us an interview with, leave it in the comments and we'll hit you up. And then hit them up. Tag us on whatever. If you see us on Twitter, tag us, or if you saw us on YouTube, put us on the Twitter and give us a shout out. I hate my job. If you shout out about my shit and I start making money, then I don't have to be so miserable anymore.
And there's more of this.
Right. Anyways, shout out to John Gainey for doing the music, and shout out to Donny Wahl for doing a lot of cool designs and stuff for the YouTube, for the channel.
And shout out to these.
A shout out to these stickers because they're so badass, right?
I
Yeah.
like it.
And we got a green screen now, so maybe next episode you'll see something nice, something real nice, brother. Maybe we'll do some promos for you.
That's a good season premiere too.
I thought it was pretty fun, So yeah. So, brother, subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us whatever you want. If we're doing a good job, let us know. See you later, nerds.